What's up, people? Zach Attack here. Not bringing another reaction video. I'm sorry, by the way, off topic. My shirt fucking does this. Annoying shit. Um, I hate showing my chest. I'm not one of those weirdos of guys that be like, fucking weird ass shit. Anyways, off topic. So there was a time, I think it was a whole week, I didn't post a video for YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, my Snapchat, because I was in the hospital. Had an infection on the right side of my lung of like this swelled up ball thing that they showed me an x-ray of. It was supposed to be, I guess they said it was naturally it's bigger than what they showed. That shocked me. I'm lucky that it's smaller, I guess. But everywhere else around my lung was clear, and based on how the nurses sound, they were weirded about it because it usually will almost cover half of your lung, but it was so small that more of the my lung rib area, we'll call it, Jesus Christ, um, was more cleared than. So they put me on a bunch of IVs, a bunch of needles. Then they were putting these IVs in me all the time, all that stuff, type thing. And then this was like a Wednesday. I remember the Pacific day I went in. Thought I was gonna get out that same day, thinking I just had a cough. Started with my body feeling weak, ignored it. To me, coughing to the point where I fucking like feel like I'm gonna throw up. And the thing is, I never throw up. The last time I ever threw up, hypothetically, was like back in 2021, something like that, from drinking too much. But even when I drink too much, I don't usually throw up, and that was the first time in like years since I threw up. Um, but in there for a week, got out the next following week on a Tuesday. I remember got discharged finally, but then they had to numb my left arm to put, I forgot what they call this, a line. I want to say just call it a line in my arm, and this is what it looks like. I don't know how to do it any closer because this stupid thing, Jesus Christ, um, all like that inside of my arm, and then this little, what you'll call yellow stuff in here, this little square part of it, keeps it so it doesn't get infected, the skin, the blood, whatever. And every day I gotta do these at like 9 or 10 every day to put a whole line into one of these three. And this ain't water. It looks like water, but it's like an IV of some kind to kill the infection that's in my lung. Originally, they were concerned that I had TB, and I kept calling it TV when I was telling people what the nurses were concerned I did have, it, that they thought I would have. That's called TB, not TV. Well, thank God I didn't have that. They got on that. Yeah, the infection of my lung, and then I had something else. Started with an M. Can't remember what it was. But supposedly this whole thing with the infection and then this other thing I had supposedly was a pretty dangerous thing. Because all I remember before I went in the hospital is coughing up mucus this, like it was brown. It was weird. It almost looked like blood in a sense, but it was definitely not blood. It was like just brown. But they said thank God I didn't have TB because they would ask me if I had night sweats. I guess I would have had night sweats. I would have gotten skinnier, and I guess I would have thrown up. And not only that, but also thrown up blood if I had TB. So, because the first night my mom came in to the hospital to hang out with me for like 3 hours or whatever, fucking, she had to use a mask because they were concerned of me having TB. Or no, I don't think she could come in the first day. Yeah, she couldn't because of me, so them thinking I had TB, and they weren't sure at that point since they got a sample of my blood what I exactly had. So she was able to come in, but she had to use a mask. And then a day after that, she didn't have to use the mask anymore, and they just found out I just had some infection in my lung and something and some other thing. So that happened, but yeah, and my seizure medication. Had a doctor come in and start putting me on seizure medication again, which I'm gonna go leave the house today at 11:30 to go get. I was gonna do it Friday, but I was like, no, let's just get it done and over with. But finally got my seizure medication again. But supposedly the milligrams I was taking for these things, I turned it around because I don't want to be concerned that these numbered. Yeah, this is like a full-on address thing on here. I was taking 1,000 milligrams, I guess, at the time when I was taking seizure medication, and then for years, or even, yeah, I didn't take seizure medication because usually when I had seizures, it'd be once a month, and it was like I could deal with that. But then, if I'm gonna start getting the prescription again, might as well get back onto it again. But this is a 500 milligram, and it seems to work fine. But the doctor said if I have seizures still prior to taking a 500, that they'll up it to 1,000. So far, it's doing good. Naturally, I would have had a seizure by now, but I haven't had one, so at least 500 is doing good. And I need to be taking 1,000 from the beginning. But I just wanted to say that. This was back in the beginning of December, by the way. So I'm talking about this pretty late. And it's now like January 4th, 5th. So it's a pretty late video to talk about, but it was one of my listings of things, of ideas, because I'm obviously said it in one of my videos. I was going to have a thing where I talk about stuff as well. But anyways, I did reaction videos earlier to some anime. I'm going to go starting from old to new anime, just be smarter about it. But anyways, deuces.